All right, we go.
Yo. Welcome to yet another episode of Big G's Topics.
Big G's Topics? Make your mind. Is it Big G's Topics or is it G's Topics?
All right, it's G's Topics.
Because if it's Big G's Topics, I think this is going to go into a wrong direction, man.
Make sure you check out the links below so that you guys can get notified on upcoming episodes, photo shoots, and events. And please hit that like button or smash that like button. And please comment if you guys don't like this video. All right, in the house today, I got, wow, I messed it up this time. Chef
Architetto C.
Chef Architetto C.
I'm not going to try even tell
on
to spell
Instagram.
that.
Let the audience know about you real quick.
Where do we start?
How you know me, how you know Kuma, sorry guys, Kuma's in the building.
Kuma.
I know what it is.
Yeah, please, like how you met us and like who are you? Like you just shout out your Instagram. Like tell us a little bit about it.
All right.
About to have hella holes in your DMs too.
Oh my God. I sure hope so.
Like you don't got enough. You need more.
Yeah, no, I do. I've been slacking. So, 2012, we all worked at Steakhouse, New Jersey.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Basically, so I was cooking back then, whatnot. Chef is my career. Basically, I worked in Palm Beach, Florida, moved back to Jersey for a while, and then eventually made my way to New York City. I do a lot of artwork on Instagram. During the pandemic, I really took being a chef to like kind of a different level. I kind of formed my own style and did, I've always been inspired by science, molecular gastronomy. So I really like tried to find a way to invigorate my life. I really kind of wanted to move on from the whole chef thing and like kind of really found my place, where I could produce art, behind everything that I do. And so truthfully, right now, I actually left the city after the pandemic and I'm doing a little online schooling and whatnot for nutritional and personal training and whatnot, and basically I'm just trying to combine like past experience with a whole new thing, do my own business and whatnot, and really give me something. No, on a point.
So no, like I seen your pictures and like you guys really gotta check out his Instagram. Like those are some amazing pictures, amazing food. Like just like the lights in the back, like it glows.
Yeah, I'm sorry for being bland. By the way, I'm on 3 doubles back to back. I'm just
that's the cook's life. Did you guys know that Kuma was a cook too?
Ooh. Cooking up in the kitchen.
We don't talk about that.
Well, basically,
we don't talk about Bruno or Kuma.
That's all right, man. We love Velveeta. It don't matter. I've been working on for years, like the concept of colors. Like everything comes out like it always seems to be the same colors that you can pickle to form one other thing. And eventually, I found out about like flower petal dust and how you can make things glow under a black light, completely safe for people to eat and whatnot, and really do, really like crazy food art and like a whole nother form of just going into something that doesn't really follow like a traditional rule or a book. No matter what you hear about culinary school or the industry, like the only thing that ever matters in the end, does it look good and does it taste good? Everything you hear about people's years of experience, I trained in Europe, like, and I'm not knocking that. Like, I would have loved to have gone to France and everything, but like, all that really matters in the end is what your experience was, your training, and does it look amazing and do people love it? You know what I mean? That's all you come up with. You can do that from nothing. You can come from nothing and pull that off in 5 years if you love what you're doing.
That actually brings up the question I would love to bring up for the both of you, and I'll start with Kuma. So I have a coworker, this kid, I guess he's been with his girlfriend for at least a couple of years. I don't know how long, and I don't know his age. But he says that his girlfriend can't cook. Right? And I was like, damn, I feel sorry for you. He's like, why? I was like, your girlfriend can cook. And he said, I'd rather a 10 that can't cook than a 6 that can. Kuma, how do you feel about that?
You lost your goddamn mind. Are you crazy? You lost your mind. Why? You're useless. You just look good. That's it. And those looks fade away. I need someone that can cook meals. You can, in my eyes, if you can cook, you are a 10. Right? That's the only thing I need. No, that's the only thing I need you to do. But if you're home, if you can do that for me, that's because that's less work I have to do, especially if I'm the one that cooks all day and stuff. If you go home and cook me a meal, you're a 10 in my eyes. Why do I need a hot girl that's useless?
Yeah, and honestly, like I had a girl that took care of me so well that like I didn't mind coming home and like, you know, firing up the saute pan after already doing it for 8 hours if there, you know, something else that was like compensating for it. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I dated a girl that really didn't have it in the cooking, you know, like the whole thing. And honestly, I just kind of just taught her along the way and whatnot. Eventually, she fell in love with it. And I mean, a couple of years down the road, man, like I was honestly coming home being like, wow, this is like actually a really good meal. I don't even have to lie about it. Like,
that's
you know?
amazing. That's what I was saying. Like if I know how to cook. And she doesn't know how to cook, but she wants to. If she wants
exactly,
to
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
But I'm sorry to
with
say,
that.
but if she's gonna be my wife, she needs to know how to cook. I'm sorry to say that.
Everybody needs to know how to cook, man. Like even like I remember one time my sister was so uptight about like breaking the tradition of like women of the past and whatnot that like she refused to even like, you know, I love you, Linda, by the way. I know you're an amazing mother and a teacher, you know. But I remember like her going through a period where she was just like, I'm actually so disinterested in it because of the idea that, you know, like, oh, women are supposed to be in the kitchen. And I mean, honestly, like, you know, food is like the soul of everything. It's what unites everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to know how to do like a couple things here and there is just a great thing. I mean, it's like a survival technique. It's just like knowing how to do a life skill really at any point, whether it's for yourself or for somebody else, you know?
Like why is that such a, sorry, my bad, but like why is that such a negative thing to see that old, like back in the day that women knew how, like women stay in the kitchen and do that? If I had a choice to be home all day and not have to worry about my bills or whatever, and all I have to do is cook or clean or whatever, I'd be happy to do that.
Like look at sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Like cooking, especially like cooking, there's so many things that you can do out there for cooking. Like why would that be a problem? Like I would like to learn different things like home. So, you know, instead of cooking the same thing, like if I only cook noodles and I cook rice and this and that, so maybe I want to try working with meat or learn how to work with fish or something. Like learn how to do other things while I'm home, experiment with different stuff. I don't see what the problem
I think
is.
we're just like we're in that cultural revolution where like there's this phase where, you know, like we have to break the stereotypes of the past, you know, as like you know, like as a personal thing for yourself, you know, and then like once I feel like a couple, you know, 10 years goes by, like, you know, everything is
gonna change.
Yeah.
Like
I think everything's gonna go back to where it was.
Look at right now, like
Maybe.
who's like in restaurants, who's in the kitchen now? Mostly men.
Yeah.
Mostly men.
You know why? Because they can't handle the pressure.
Well, I mean, like female chefs have picked up a little bit from where it was. You know,
yeah, the ones that actually work like
that
yeah,
that
yeah.
They don't, but don't let their emotions. They don't let their emotions.
Yeah, because
like,
I don't feel. Yeah, because I don't feel like I'm tired. I'm this and that. But they said, but these women are saying like, no. So even if I'm tired or this and that, this is what my passion is, and I love cooking, and I love this, and I love that. Those are the women I have the utmost respect for. But women who complain and bitch and do that, and I know one of them, and G knows one of them, that lie and say all this bullshit, and those are the women I have no respect for.
Let me ask our technical producer, sorry for not introducing him earlier, T, how do you feel on this situation?
I forgot he's still there.
I'd rather a 10 that can't cook than a 6 that can. How you feel about that?
You can't cook, get out my house.
I don't think you can actually cook.
I see you.
All right. So I mean, and like now, like we got Uber Eats, we got Grubhub, we got DoorDash. It's like
cost expensive.
Like
That's
dude,
expensive.
that's just like rich shit right there, man. Dude, like to try to like if you're average or like low income and like.
But does the like Gen Z or the younger generations like like we're trying to, you want to break out that habit where it's like it's always the women cooking and it should be like the men, but it's like nowadays it's like all you gotta do is just go online and just like boom.
Yo, if you live in Brooklyn and you can't even walk to like the million stores around you and you got shit being delivered to your house, like I don't want to hear you saying shit about like anything else. Like,
so how do you feel? So how do you feel about well, like, yeah, was it Blue Apron, and I forgot the other ones, like Green Chef.
Well, there's
or something?
quality
Eat
food. I
clean,
mean,
bro.
Yeah.
Stuff
good,
like
man.
that.
Like, yeah, I mean, those are like trying to teach people how to cook and stuff like that.
Right, like there's an incentive behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So-
dude, honestly, I think if you have the money, some people just go through periods where, like, you know, you're gone all day. Like it's not about coming home and being lazy. It's about your time management. Like you're not there. You have 2 hours to get something, and I get it if you can do it, you know. But I mean, delivery is just crazy, you know. Like
You know-
people need to want to like try and learn. Food grows on the earth. It's like the most natural thing. Like you should have an interest in learning how that works,
Yeah.
how to cook,
Yeah.
how to cook things. That's
I
a
100%
natural thing.
It's a
agree.
survival.
Yeah,
It's a
'cause
survival
if you
thing, yeah.
guess, if you, I guess if you have that lifestyle where you don't have to, you can just pay for everything. You can pay for somebody to do all that
Right.
stuff for you because you're on a time schedule, stuff like that. Then I guess go ahead. You know, at least you make sure it's a good meal, make sure it's a healthy meal, and, you know, give you the energy to keep going and doing all that stuff. But if you're just like, I just came for work, I'm tired, and I'm just gonna sit down and order food and watch Netflix for like 3 hours or something like that. Why don't you learn how to cook something? You know, I don't do
Watch
that.
Chef Table on Netflix.
Yeah, watch Chef Table.
Oh, actually, that actually brings up another question I had for Chef. Sorry, like, it pertains to this. The movie Chef, Burnt, Kitchen Confidential, or The Bear.
Yo,
What's the best representation of a cook?
Kitchen Confidential, man. My boy Anthony Bourdain. Like I first heard it on audio. I used to listen to it when I would drive to work, and
It's a great book.
It's
a
a
really
great
great
book. It really breaks down every aspect of what it is to be hands-on in there. What your personal life is, not just like what it's like in a kitchen, but
Yeah.
what you go through and like what you actually feel. And like, you know, him on breaks, you know, they're drinking liquor and fucking somebody behind the dumpster, and then they got to be back at a certain time to
Yep.
get their prep done before dinner. Like it's
Wait, who
it's
did
so
that?
much.
Hold on, who did that at a restaurant?
Anthony Bourdain.
No.
No,
Who did that?
it was every St. Patrick's Day in Morristown.
Yeah. Who did that? Remember there was this guy who used.
Oh shit!
no,
Don't say his last name.
Don't say his last
Why
name.
are you
He
exposing this guy, man?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, yeah, sorry, you continue.
But
Like,
Anthony Bourdain's story is just amazing. Like even to the bitter end. Like
So-
how many people I met that were like him, that, you know, that love the industry, but like really have something much deeper going on. But you mentioned what was the other one?
so there's Burnt, the one with I forgot his.
I don't know Burnt.
The guy from Hangover.
The
and
movie
for
Chef
Limitless.
is
Yeah.
debatable.
What's his name?
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. Yeah, Bradley Cooper was in Burnt.
I had a food truck with my cousin as a side job one time, and you know, the movie Chef definitely glorifies like the fun aspect of the food truck.
Okay.
They didn't really touch on like what it really was to like be able to put like equipment in a truck, move it around, and be able to follow a health code and like what that really takes. So I love
I
the
didn't know
movie,
that.
but it did not depict reality.
Okay.
When I had a food truck, man, I was working full time in Edgewater at Fleming's Prime Steakhouse. You know, we were up at 4:30 in the morning, setting the truck up, whatnot, making sure everything's running, and then, you know, 6 hours at Port Authority, and then back to the job. And I mean, you know, you never know what's going to happen, and to store everything properly, man, like it's just a whole new game. And it took a lot of stuff to get the equipment running right and be able to pass like a fire code on it. Like, you know, there's a lot more behind the scenes on a food truck. But some people got the money and they just get them
Yeah.
pre-made. They design them and they don't have to do anything.
Oh yeah, I think you used to tell us about that too, about the food truck thing that you wanted to do and all that. Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah, we
I
finally
remember you
we
talking
pulled
about
it
that.
off.
Yeah, that's
Eventually.
dope.
So what about you didn't watch The Bear yet?
I did not.
It's a really great depiction too.
Of food truck industry?
No, just like being a cook. Like it's crazy. Like that show is like, I hope they have a second season. It's a really good show. Like if you need my Hulu, I'll give it to you. It's a really good show to
Yeah,
watch.
I'm gonna check it out for
It's,
sure.
it's a like there's a lot of people talking about it. It's like this is like like the most current real description of what a cook is. Like he was like a little cliff note is like he started from the top and then he just went down because he couldn't handle like how tough it was.
Right.
And now he's taking care of his brothers. Yeah, I think his brother's restaurant now.
Yeah, I can relate that entirely, man. You know, I made it to STK and I was moving my way up in downtown Manhattan. I mean, you know, celebrities nonstop and whatnot. And, you know, I realized one day I was just like, the energy that went into it was I sacrificed my entire personal life I didn't even want to be around anybody. And I was just like, you know what? 10 years ago, if you had said like, did you give a shit about anything that would stop you from wanting to be like a chef in New York around celebrities, I'd have been like, no, absolutely not. But, you know, I even took the pay cut and everything, man. It just, you know, I mean, you got to love what you do, but like a lot of people are just single. They don't have like, you know, the full families, or they're working for a corporation where they're getting these benefits and whatnot. But, you know, for me, you know, I sucked my pride up and I stepped down, started going back to school and whatnot. But I still have that feeling of accomplishment, you know, like I made it
damn,
there.
I didn't feel like that.
I cooked for Joe Rogan, all these other, like plenty of celebrities, you know, whatnot along the way. And you know, but I gotta check that out. I haven't seen that series.
Make sure you guys check out my boy. Like, can you spell it out for the people so that they can like follow
Chef, you? Arch Itetto SEI. Chef Architetto C. It's in Italian. You know, like really, and I have a lot of pride behind it. Like I'm just doing things that you don't typically see like in the culinary industry. Some of it's really impractical, you know, and whatnot. But I think like people are so afraid to branch off, you know, and go untraditional. They're so people just like, you know, in the culinary industry are just so much like, you know, you're not a good cook unless you're backing up the French cuisine and Italian and whatnot. And like people need to take it to a new level, you know, and you know, check out the Glow series, Chef Architetto.
Well, so what about you, Kuma? Would you ever go back to the chef life like us?
I don't need. No, I still suffer from PTSD.
A part-time job?
No, I'm good, B. Yeah, I'm good. It was good while it lasted. It was a good experience. I definitely learned how to cook, and I know how to cook for myself. So, yeah, I'm glad that you actually hooked me up with the job, because I always wanted to learn a thing or two about it. And I did love it for a bit, but then there's times where it really gets to you.
Yep.
You know, actually I used to suffer health issues, where I was getting, similar things like to bone spurs or heel spurs, pretty much, because you're on your feet all day. And when I was, especially on the line, I was only in one spot. I couldn't really move. I'm moving like probably 3 feet back and forth. I'm sweating, you know, that you don't get breaks and all that. And I feel like I was gonna freaking die. Like one time I almost passed out because I didn't eat anything, because I was just working, preparing for the meal tonight, and actually had to be sent home early because of that.
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for large people in the industry, man.
Yeah,
you're on your legs all day, bro, and it's like it.
Yeah, and then it's like the time like you try to devote to exercise, and it's like I can't exercise because my feet are hurting and I'm exhausted, and I gotta be in work in like 2 hours. So what can I do?
You like once you clock out, you only take a nap. You don't really like get a good night's sleep. You just take a nap. You go right back at it.
You wake up.
Oh my god, it's like the life I live.
You know, it's to a point, especially like where times where you're working in the kitchen, and you remember how it was like it's like you were more in the front of the kitchen. Now when I was a prep cook, when I'm working in the back, I don't know even what time it is. Like I'm looking around, I don't look at my clock, I don't look at this and that. Like 1 minute I go outside, I see the sun, and then I was like, all right, I feel like it's only been like an hour or two. Next thing I know, it's like night, and I'm like, where's the sun? There was 1 week when I was working there, I worked like when I got to work, because I got to work before everybody, it was dark outside, and then when I left, it was still dark outside. It was like a whole week where I didn't see the sun.
Yeah, that's so hard to explain to people, man. You completely lose track of like, is the sun out or not?
Yeah, it's like you don't
days become a blur.
Especially like in the back, you don't really associate with people unless you're like really the chef or something like that. Like, you know, unless somebody specifically calls you to you. I mean, I wasn't really like that much of a people person, but you know, it's like you're antisocial back there. It does mess up with your social life, because everybody asked me like, yo, you want to go out? Because you remember those times you used to always want to bring me out. It's like, you guys want to go out? We're gonna go do this, we're gonna do that. I have friends hitting me up like, you want to do this, you want to do that, and I was like, that was all of my 20s.
Yeah, all of my 20s. I can't do that. I can't do that anymore.
I can't do it anymore, because it's like that whole thing was like, I'm beat and I'm tired. I'm just thinking about what I have to do the next day, and that wasn't a life for me. But I'm glad I experienced it, but it's time to move on.
So ladies, you hear that? Kuma could cook.
Oh yeah, I definitely cook.
So
my boy got soul food.
So I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna ask a question to both of you that really like kind of irked me. So I have this coworker. She posts a lot of pictures with her booty out and all this stuff, right? And so I was wondering, should I just ask her? Like, she's an attention whore.
Is
like,
it real? Is it a real
Yeah.
booty? All right.
So I asked her like straight up. No, I asked somebody else. It's like, should she just start an OnlyFans? If you're putting out pictures like that on social media, why not get paid to do that?
It has changed a little bit. You know, they don't go butt naked anymore. There's more restrictions on it and whatnot. So
Which one do you have?
Oh, actually, none of them. So maybe I don't know. I was actually just reading an article about it. I didn't even know about it.
They have not changed it. They still keep going with
Just
it.
full on like anything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I heard them talking about trying to move in a direction.
They tried.
I guess it was like the aspect of try to kind of promote the image. So
Yeah, nah,
I guess I never
that
actually
went
really
away
happened.
real quick.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it was like all these. Oh, sorry.
You think you should? Do I think she should start on OnlyFans?
Like-
I think she needs to put the phone down and go to church. She needs Jesus.
Yeah, like the whole thing with OnlyFans, and like you have all these people doing like crazy pornographic shit, and just talking about like oh, don't call us, like, don't even use the word porn, like we are like performers, or like we're
models,
or this and that, we're models, but you're doing shit that like you'd never want like anybody who respects you to see, you know.
No,
and
but
it's
then
kinda
but okay, all right. See, and that brings up an interesting point.
but I don't judge money, dude.
like
money rules.
That like people
bro, it could
people
change
are
your
gonna see
life.
that, right? People are gonna see that on OnlyFans. It's the same thing on Instagram.
Yeah,
It's the same thing on Instagram. So it's like he's giving people free view of you,
yeah,
rather than paying for it.
The most vulnerable thing about a person is pretty much that, and what you're doing is exploiting it. Why would anybody in the future ever want to be with you? Ever? You're ruining. I'm letting you know now. Like, there's a lot of guys out there, like especially like you ever heard of stories of like kids of porn stars?
No, I never
And
heard that.
how depressed they are because they know how their mother or how their how their mother made their money and why they're semi-rich, and people are like, hey, I know your mom used to do this, you do that, and
yeah.
Wait,
Even Cardi B made a statement after WAP saying like, you know, now she's getting older and getting more in tune with her kids, you know, like there's a feeling
I'm gonna stop doing that. No, wait.
yeah, well, why don't you think about that in the future? You don't realize that doing that is going to stain your image. No man respects you. What was that porn star? Lana Rhodes, right? She what was her mom? Mia Khalifa. She got divorced from her husband that her husband married. You know what happened? You know why? Because she said it was because of the porn.
Didn't she drop porn?
It doesn't matter.
Well, she was selfish. She made so much money early on. Like, she could have been chilling after her like second year.
Yeah,
she didn't need to be like 15 years deep.
Thank God for the internet, because now he knew what he got himself into. She might have changed now, but it's just the fact that her history. Like, could you get over that your girl used to do that? She used to have like three like trains run on her. She used to have guys bust nuts on her face and all that stuff. And you go home and kiss her and all that stuff. Could you get past all that?
I don't think some men can. I think if they really love her, they will say
they can try,
but they don't really deep down.
Yeah, because like the fact that I even seen it, like if it was in private, like if that's something that happened in private and you never mention it, nobody never mentions it, I won't even think about it. It's out of sight, out of mind.
I want to bring up the I guess the mom that got caught. Oh, she got caught with OnlyFans, and like I guess her kids could not go to school anymore. Like they made it good. Why?
I don't know. I mean,
that's
listen
to what I just said. That's gonna ruin the self-esteem of a kid, because now everybody it was not
in the rule book. They rewrote it because of her.
That's a moral value. That's not like a legal thing.
How many people are gonna pick on that kid because his mom does porn or does OnlyFans shit?
On behalf of, I mean, I'll give you that. On behalf of the kid, like that could be a dicey situation.
That could be either be a next suicidal.
But people are gonna say her. People are gonna say her rights, though. They're not gonna talk about the kid. They're gonna say fuck the kid. No. It's her rights. But I mean, that's dicey.
Yeah,
you know?
Like I said, if she wants to continue doing that, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. Nobody's gonna stop you. Keep doing it. Just don't expect everybody to respect what you do. The kid, it's like I was saying, doing something like that. That's gonna lower the kids' self-esteem. You know what that could lead to? That could lead to another school shooting. God forbid. That could lead to kid killing himself. God forbid. I could turn the kid into a criminal because he's so messed up in the head. It turns him to a bully. God forbid. All that stuff messes with your mind. Why does anybody think that's a good idea to do that? especially when you have kids. Like that's disgusting. People, the fact that people still do that shit. You're a grown ass person and you have a kid, and now you're gonna just show your yams all over the freaking internet.
So what happens if it's not showing your yams? What happens if it's just showing you in a bathing suit? Well, look, you're doing it on. There's females doing it on Instagram. Yeah. So and like you said, they did tone it down a little bit. Some like look what happened with those with Bella Thorne and I forget the Bad Barbie. They didn't put nothing nude on. All they did was just show like them ass shaking and booty shorts and all
for
that
real.
Stuff. So how like the mom? Oh, that's all she did. She was on OnlyFans, and all she did was showing herself.
Mom,
if you're not
in a bathing suit,
if you're doing it with clothes on, be an opportunist, make that money. I think if you can do it with
now what happened if her kids get kicked out because of that? Because she was in clothing and a booty shirt shaking her ass.
That's what your dumb ass get.
Look at what's going on Instagram. You see that all the time. What about those people?
Are they single mothers?
Maybe. We don't know. They don't put their kids up on there.
If they are single mothers and they're doing that, they should be ashamed. We gotta
so let's kick them out then. Let's kick them out too.
Yeah, the schools. Some schools have different rules.
Private school,
especially if it's a private school and you're doing that shit, you deserve that.
I don't think. To be honest with you, like
a private school's not a right. It's a privilege. Yeah, like that's like a lot of things people don't understand is that like some of those schools are actually like they're allowed to make like an assessment, not on like necessarily like money where you come from, but like just on like social media, what's detrimental to their image and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
To make a legal
decision.
There
we go. Because like I'm like the way I feel is like Instagram is no better than OnlyFans is.
Yeah, I see crazy shit all Instagram. I see like lip sticking out of thongs and all the time and shit like that.
Twitter toned it down. I saw that. They took out all the naked stuff. They toned that thing way down, but Instagram was like it's no better than OnlyFans.
Because they're struggling. They're letting shit slide. They might have did that. TikTok and LinkedIn stepped up, and they're trying to compete now and stay up.
Yeah, so they did that. Here's the thing: they did that for all those women half naked and all that stuff. They didn't do it for all that drag stuff. They're showing all that drag stuff with kids and messing with drag people who are half naked, dancing, shaking their ass too. There was one I saw that was very disturbing, where I saw a guy had a big ass costume, and on the bottom of it was a big ass dildo, and the kid was touching it at the end. How come they didn't ban that, but they banned all those other things?
I'm gonna touch on you, and I'm actually gonna agree with you on this. Like when it comes to the drag stuff, and a lot of people, like are worried about like the transgendered emotions. A lot of things people don't realize is when you go to a social network and you type in something drag like trans, a lot of times before the normalcy behind it really pops up, like the person who's kind of showing you the normal life behind it, a lot of times the crazy exotic stuff like really pops up.
Follows in suit.
That's really like overdone, like something really crazy that you would like compare to porn style, so okay. Like I understand people's concern. Like it's different when you go to Google and type something in like that, because Google has it on lockdown. They want to show you the best part. They want to give you the education. Social media isn't focused on giving you the education first.
Yeah,
they're interested in who's got the followers. Well, that's who you're going to learn first about on this topic.
Yeah,
and that's how it is. And and that is an issue.
Yeah, so here's the issue with all this stuff with the mom twerking and all that stuff. Did you see the video with the senator from Rhode Island doing that shit on the beach? I was like, you are a senator of Rhode Island. You're supposed to have a certain style of professionalism, class and professionalism to yourself. What you going out here talking about shaking my ass for some votes?
whatever gets the votes, man.
You are not helping. You're not out there trying to find solutions to your problems. You're not trying to do that. I'm out here on TikTok shaking my ass for some more votes so I can get reelected and do nothing. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. But that's the minute the social media shit came into play, what happens is that every time everybody give people an inch, like you say, okay, you want to shake your ass on Instagram or whatever, we give them an inch, it's like they take a whole fucking mile, they take the whole fucking county. That's what happens. Well, now you got little girls doing that shit. Like oh my god, I can't believe I saw this shit. This mom was twerking on this Instagram shit. You know how you go on Reels and random shit comes up.
Yeah.
And so she's doing this shit on Instagram, and then her daughter jumps in, and then another girl jumps in. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, wait, you're not out here trying to show people tutorial how to do her hair. 'Cause she had nice hair. The mother had nice hair, and I'm like, you're not showing people how you get your nice hair, how you do this, how you do that. You out here twerking just because you want to get attention from dudes, and you're sexualized. You're doing sexual shit with your daughter for some more views on fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
on
Instagram's loaded with like 14, 13-year-old girls from Brazil just following all these booty shapes. And they wear whatever they want. And it's like, sometimes you're just like, Jesus Christ, like, how old are you? And like, how do you have your own shit that nobody knows about?
I have a question. Like, you used to be a chef, like a head chef.
Yeah.
Like, how would you feel like if you found out like maybe front house staff or your back of house staff had videos like this on their Instagram? Would you hire them or would you keep them?
I worked for a place where my general manager cross-dressed on their Facebook page. And because it was not associated with the company, you know, like it was
allowed.
Yeah, because it's a personal page, you know, like, so I mean that, you know, like business and social life, you should, like, listen, like no matter what you are, what job you have on your own thing, you should be able to do whatever you want, you know, like absolutely.
Kuma, how you feel about this?
As long as it doesn't affect the business, do what you want. You know, if it starts messing with our business and something, where it's like people are doing some outrageous shit, like I always say that people should always have the right to say stuff and do what they stuff as long as they're not harming other people.
Yes.
Now, when you do stuff like if you're harming other people or you're doing something to damage the business, that's when we're gonna have a problem.
Right.
You know, like if it's an opinion, like you say, I don't like the color blue, you know, and a lot of people are against it, and they come to the job and they start attacking you because you say, I don't like the color blue. I'm still gonna keep you around. You know, I'm not gonna do that. But if you're doing something to say like something that would I'm trying to find a good example where I don't like my company doesn't like the color blue. My company doesn't like the color blue because X, Y, and Z. And now everybody's coming to us saying, like, you guys don't like the color blue, and then they start rioting in front of our place or they're doing something like that. That's when I'm gonna have an issue. Yeah. You know.
And the marketing strategy behind it is the big businesses just go with the trend of what like I don't want to get too crazy with it, but like if you follow the trend of progressivism, then you've kind of like crossed your T's and dotted your I's. So like you're playing it safe. But if a small business is kind of like, you know, like, oh, I don't want to go too far into politics, therefore I don't want that. A person could be like, oh, well, I think you did something against me, and you know, that's a personal attack, and you can actually get a lawsuit against somebody. You could shut somebody smaller down while the richest people in the world are just on the outside going, hey, I'll say I'm whatever you want me to be, as long as the money's coming in.
Did you hear that? Did you hear about the one where the bakery, that Islamic bakery or something like that? They would make these people. No, it wasn't an Islamic bakery. It was a bakery where these guys were. This guy came in. He asked him to make a gay wedding cake because he was gay or something. He asked him to make a gay wedding cake. I think you heard that about right there, right? Yeah. And the guy refused, and then they tried to sue him. They tried to sue him because of that. Why are you suing him for that?
No, so isn't
yeah, you should more like just be like, all right, well,
isn't
fuck
there
you.
The same rule, isn't there? Like there was the same rule back then, where it's like you have to the minority or something like that. Like, so you have to hire like one black person. Yeah, one black person in your company.
And that's stupid.
Like that was.
Well, I think at the time, I mean,
at the time,
it was like they needed anything they could do to try to get you know, black people back in the game. Honestly, man, like I wouldn't disagree with it.
I wouldn't 100% disagree with it, but once we started having more businesses around that were more accepting of people, then I don't see the point of affirmative action.
Was it wrong?
Was it wrong?
No. Sorry, I was saying, going with my thought, but go ahead, keep going with what you're saying.
But I was like, now here's the issue that comes to that when you do that. Now you're hiring because of color of skin, not because of talent.
No, but they look over the resume and all that stuff, and they just
So if guys have if
somebody was a cut above that particular black person,
So here's an example. The one with Harvard. You heard about that one, where Harvard has a crazy amount of Asian people being accepted into the school. So there was a time where I think there was a black kid and there was an Asian kid. They had similar scores. I think the Asian kid did better than the black kid, but they had the black kid because they needed more black people into the school.
Do you know that's why?
And they're getting sued for that.
That's why I quit. That's why I quit. Where we used to work at, because like there wasn't enough black chefs.
Why do you need? It's not. Again, it's not about color. It's about talent. It's about skill.
Can you?
Well, Asian people are insanely smart. I mean, they do got to kind of like spread things out for everybody.
It doesn't. I don't. Listen, here's the thing.
From your personal opinion.
Okay. Do you believe in what Martin Luther King? It doesn't matter color skin is the content of character.
We do.
No. Let me.
I don't know about.
Okay. Do you believe in that?
I
Yes or no?
believe in that.
Okay, you believe in that. So you should be disagreeing with affirmative action because it's saying we're hiring you because of the color of skin, not because of how good you are.
No, what I'm saying, what happened was that there was limited amount of black chefs in the company.
Okay.
Every black chef that they had, they got rid of them for some unknown reason that was never proven.
Okay.
Never proven.
Company.
But you're assuming you're making an assumption. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's false. But you're making an assumption just because they were black that they're just firing them because they were black. They got rid of them because they're black. There's no black chefs there because they're black.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's 100% what I'm saying.
You don't have any proof of that, but you're going to slander them and say that.
Hey,
you have no proof that they fired them because they're black. That's what I'm saying.
I have no proof that they fired them because of black.
Exactly. So now you're telling them that I'm just gonna get rid of. They got rid of all the black chefs because they were black. There's no black chefs there. That means they must be racist and X, Y, and Z. No, that's a dumb way to think. That is a very ignorant and stupid way to think.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. Some of the guys were a little like, borderline.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be like, I'm not just trying to like disagree just to disagree, but I am gonna like on Jerry's part be like, I don't know, like
because
a little sketch.
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe they didn't like any of the black chefs and they got rid of them.
Okay.
Maybe they're right, but you can't just make that assumption and say that. You always have to look at it objectively. Like saying like maybe because maybe the guys weren't good
because X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, because maybe they weren't good enough. Maybe they weren't good
I give them the benefit of the doubt, but I'm just saying the evidence looked perfectly clear to me.
There's 100%. No evidence. There's no evidence.
It was evidence.
It's just there were no black chefs. It's not an easy job. It's a very demanding job, and us being black and all that stuff, we understand that we want to get paid more. We want this. We want that. We want better benefits than other people. But sometimes you can't always get what you want.
All right,
because I know a lot of white chefs that got fired from there too.
Let's leave it at that because we might go into a whole thing with that.
OT on that.
Yeah, we might go into a whole thing on that. Right.
It just makes me mad when I hear people say that. That's all.
I think it's just so different with people like you always have like the highly liberal people that like are always like wanting to be the saviors in every situation, but like no matter what your color are, you respond differently to dynamics, and some people respond to the challenge and want to work towards something, and like some people always want to say, well, hey, I can get this because I'm that, but like I mean, you're never gonna know like what that ratio is and in what situation and whatnot, so I mean
100% agree.
like I definitely learned from like struggle, like when I was first in the restaurant industry. Like I just remember working with European people when I was at this country club. They just called me, like a dumb Italian. I was a little bit slow, I was a lefty and didn't really like grasp like how to do everything like like the righties and whatnot. I mean, I prospered from people like telling me like I ain't shit. I remember being like the fry cook looking down at the saute range being like, you know what, like all you got to do is be better than the person next to you. Stop looking at the end goal. Take it slow. All you got to do is be better than the person next to you. Next thing you know it, you're next to that person, and so it's everybody's different, like people don't respond to politics any certain way at all,
Sure. Yep.
All right, and saying that, make sure you guys check out the links below. Make sure you guys share, comment, and like this video. And without further ado, thank you, Chef.
My pleasure.
For coming to visit us and taking your time out.
How'd you say Chef what? Chef Order?
Chef Architetto C.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I don't even know what it means.
Yeah. So,
no, it's Architect 6 in Italian. I had to, stick with my heritage somehow.
The ladies will make sure to put his Instagram in the video and in the links down below so you guys can check out his food art.
I respond too. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm gonna call you Chef Artichoke. That's all.
Yeah. Thank
you, Kuma, for having been with you for a long time, and it was great to do another episode.
Bro, I was waiting for that. I was hoping I'd see.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, man.
All right, and without further ado, peace out, guys.
Peace.
Later.